Well, hello everybody. Goeienaand allemaal. Welkom. Dankie dat julle saam kyk. Thanks for watching, guys. I trust you will enjoy this episode along with me. So, a quick shout out to my Patreon subscribers. Thanks for the support, guys. Those of you who are not Patreon subscribers yet, do pop over to patreon.com/Riaan Eloff. There are a lot of perks there, but besides the perks, you may just like my music and want to support it. I would appreciate it very much. It would be great if you do that. If you're looking for some perks, there are great perks. I mentioned one. My new album is coming out within a few weeks. Not this one that I'm working on, the one that I just completed. It's coming out soon and it will be free to all my Patreon subscribers. You will receive a free download of the whole album. If you are at some of the higher levels, you actually get the physical signed CD as well. So if you want to get access to my new album for free, pop over to Patreon, become a subscriber, a supporter, become a patron of the arts for like $1 or something. You can set your own budget, so it doesn't even need to be something expensive. But if you like my music, you like what I'm doing, and you would like to support what I do have a look at that. Thanks to all my current subscribers for your support. It's amazing to be able to do these things and know that you guys appreciate what I do and are supporting my music. So as you may recall from the previous recording, I was saying that I was playing a funny chord on the guitar. The reason for this was that I recorded the drums, the bass, the acoustics using a certain chord in the song. And that was a while ago, several weeks or months ago. After that, I decided that I wanted to make a behind the scenes video of this album, and I've been recording ever since. One of the things that happened was between the time I recorded those original videos and the time that I'm doing these videos right now, I changed some of the chords in the song. It's one of my own compositions, and there were some chords that I felt I would prefer to add in. They would work better in my opinion. So this meant that as I was recording the guitar now recently, I had to play an F at a certain spot, which sounded really odd with the rest of the band because the bass was playing an F sharp and the acoustic was playing a D. Because originally it was a chord sequence going G, D over F sharp, E minor, E flat. I changed that to G, F, E minor, E flat. So there's the issue. Instead of re-recording all the acoustic tracks and all the bass tracks, I decided I'm just going to cut and edit. My first option was to find an alternative recording of that. In other words, to find a spot in the song where that chord is being played. Because the song is in G, there is no such spot where an F is being played. So what I'm doing is I'm using software to pitch shift the acoustic guitar and the bass guitar. Once I've done this, there is a spot in the verses that I think I also have a chord change, and I think I'm playing a C major 7th at that spot, originally on the acoustic and the bass, but I think I was supposed to be using an E flat. Now, in this song, there were spots where we played E flats, so I may be able to use an E flat like that and just cut it and move it over to that spot. This is not ideal, it's not the way one would typically need to work, but because I used someone else's bass guitar, that amazing bass guitar, and because I used someone else's acoustic guitar, I used Riaan Xtien's acoustic guitar. A shout out to him. Thanks, Riaan, for allowing me to use his Martin D40 or D20. Instead of borrowing those instruments again and re-recording everything, I decided to just cut and edit. So now I'm going to show you what happens. Here we are in the song. You can see over here, I've already started doing it. I'm going to show you now how I run through this process. So firstly, with all the instruments playing, let's just listen. Right there, that's where the bass plays an F sharp, acoustic guitars play a D, and the electric guitars all are playing an F. Just listen to it again. Okay, so quite hard. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and edit these. So firstly, you will see me zooming in on the spot, and also I'm going to open up all the tracks so that they're quite wide, that I can clearly see what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm opening each track. I may have a look at these ones as well, if the Fs weren't really in order, but let's start here. So we're going to start, I'm going to move the bass first. Let's hear where it happens. I think it's right, yeah? Right over there. Zoom in a little bit, zoom in a little bit. Here it goes. So from here, there, I create a region effect, and I'm using software called Melodyne. Melodyne actually allows you to edit individual notes played in a chord. So if you look on my other screen here, you're able to see Melodyne open. Let's just see where are the notes. There's the spot that it found. This is the bass line. As you can see from here, this is what the bass is playing, which is an F sharp. We needed to play an F. So there's a simple way to do this. There are different ways. I'm just using this method. I'm just double clicking and typing in. There are probably quicker ways. I'm sure there's a way to lasso all of this and just do it, but I'm just showing you guys this method right now, which is rather simple, straightforward. I just type in the correct note and it adapts it. Bear in mind, it does not move it to the exact pitch perfectly. It still keeps the slight detuning. Bear in mind, what makes music made by real human beings sound like music made by real human beings is the fact that we aren't perfect. Yes, we're perfect to an extent, but if I were to use a keyboard to play this bass, you would be able to hear that it's a keyboard playing the bass, because everything is precisely correct. And it becomes so precise that it is too precise and it doesn't sound like music anymore. It sounds too electronic and too simulated. So you will notice that specific one is 11 cents flat. This one is 6 cents sharp. But they've now been moved to F, so we should be able to hear it. Let's look on this screen again. Here it goes. There you go. It's been moved to an F very nicely. So now let's try the acoustic guitar. So if you look on the mixer, here is the acoustic. I'm going to raise its volume quite a bit so that it pops out of the mix a little bit so that I can hear it more clearly. Back to this screen. Let's see. It should be right over here. Let's see. So that's how I marked the area. Now I insert Melodyne again. It'll pop up on the other screen. Here it is. Okay, so there seems to be some problem here. In terms of the left signal, it seems that the way I played, I don't need to edit that. Let's go to the right hand one, put that loud and see what that does. See if this one goes. Mark the region, put in the region effect, and let's see what it does. Here it is. There it shows. Now you can see where I'm using multiple notes. They show up as multiple notes. Okay. Some of them are a little sharp and flat, but we're going to cover them all now. These are probably part of the G. These ones over here, you see there's a G, there's a B, they're probably part of the G chord, so I'm not going to bother them. I'm just going to take the ones that I have here. That's an F sharp. I'm going to make that an F. What is this? This is an A. It's fine. It's a little out of tune there, but it's fine. It's a natural feel. Here we have an F sharp again. We're going to take this F sharp, make it an F. Okay. The D, we're going to turn the D into a C. Here we are again. There's an A. There's probably some error. I'm just going to remove that. Some error that I'm not sure what exactly it's all about. These two are by accident on an F. I think probably the way I played it, I just shifted a little bit. I'll move that one to dead center on F and change this one into an F. Now, if all is well, it should be okay. Let's check. Yep, all of them are okay. Let's listen to it now. So that's fine. Okay. The problem I have is that you may recall the drangs. I was struggling with the F, and the Fs don't sound brilliant on these drangs. So I'm going to change it on both of them. Edit it with this. I mark the region. insert the region effect and just make sure they're nicely pitched, that the Fs come out sweet. There it is. That F is fine. This C is very sharp. I'm going to bring it down. And this A is quite sharp. That's quite sharp. I was probably just pressing too hard. You may recall at one point in the recording I said I'm pressing too hard and that puts the guitar out of tune. If you press too hard, your guitar tends to be a little out of tune. And that's again where you need a really good guitarist. Me, I just mess around. But fortunately I have this tech to fix the error. One more. A is again quite sharp. This is F. That's not too bad. 11 is not terrible. Check this top F. You see, they're not terrible, but let's fix them all. There you go. Now let's see. Going back to the console window, just put this one back where it was about there. So there was a left drain. We're going to try the right drain. Let's just mark it so I know where it is. Obviously. Let's see what that does. And again, we have. These are all a little bit sharp. Let's fix them a little bit. These are quite seriously sharp. That's probably what makes it sound a little out of tune. Oh, look at that. 46. It's like almost on a new pitch. Almost a semitone higher there.
Let's check this one out. So high tune.
I was probably pressing too hard, trying too hard to get it, to sound like an F. And in my trying too hard, I pressed the guitar too hard, and it pushes it sharp. So now it should be okay. Let's just listen to this. I want to go back to that acoustic track and listen, but we'll get to that in a moment. Sounds okay. Let's just add a region effect here. I just want to check it out again. Melodyne didn't do anything last time. Let's just give it a moment to process here and see what it does. It just shows everything is A's. I'm going to leave that for now. I might even go and use the one from the previous chorus. See, have a look at this, what I'm doing here. I might even grab that one and push it in here. Let's just remove it. Because something is not nice in this one. Something that I must have done wrong. Let's just copy this one. Dump it over here, see what it does. That'll do for now. So I'm going to have to do this on all the choruses. There's 2 more spots that I have to do that. I'm not going to let you guys watch while I'm doing that. It's going to take forever. But I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to do the same on the verse where I know the one place that I played the C major. I'm going to fix that as well. So that is what I'm going to continue doing. I'm not going to show you guys all of that. It'll just take so long. I'm just going to run through it and edit. You have seen now what it is that I do to fix that little pitch issue or the difference in chord issue. And again, this is not the ideal way to do it. It's not the perfect way to do it. It's a great way with this tool, Celemony's Melodyne. Great tool to use, and it's phenomenal what they're achieving here. But the proper way would be to just re-record the track, obviously. And in most cases, I would have just done that, or just punched in for a chord right over there. So, folks, thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week when I do the piano tracks. So keep a lookout. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and these notifications will come right to you when I post a new video. Cheers, everybody.